Hey, friend, welcome to today's Quick Connect, where we take a moment toward mastery. All right, today in the United States of America, it is known as Election Day. Happens every 4 years. This is the day wherein we maybe decide who is going to be the next elected official. Some call it the CEO of the country, others call it the president. And then, of course, there are all of the other seats that are waiting to be taken and or kept along with it. So my invitation to you today on a very important day like today is this. As we pursue what is important to us, and as we pursue one of the things that this country, United States, was supposed to be founded on was the right to share our opinions, our beliefs, and to speak freely. I will never forget in college, one of the classes I had to take was a First Amendment law class. Nobody told me when I signed up for journalism I'd be taking law classes. Yet back then, I'm not going to tell you how far back ago that was, but way back when, it was required to know the First Amendment. It was required to understand the law in order to have degrees in political science and in communications, which is where my education and degrees lie. We had to take law classes because we had to understand the fact that we have a God-given right to speak our mind, give our opinion, share our life stories in the hopes that it can make connections and maybe help somebody else if that's the case. We have the right to advocate for those who don't have a voice. I have spent 25 years doing just that. You are doing it in your daily life as well. It's why you listen to this podcast. So, do you believe that your God-given right, your unalienable right to speak your mind, to share information, to share your story, your truth, and your opinion is being not only preserved, but honored? Just a question. But I'll tell you what, I have learned over the last year, especially in doing a podcast, that some of the things I wanted to talk about were immediately deplatformed. And they were when I was talking about autism and my personal story with my own son and the different medical interventions that were introduced to him very early on. And as I was talking about those things and why now a lot of people are having conversations about that as it relates to the rates of autism and the increase of things like autism and a million other health conditions in this country. That's part of the conversation, as is the food, the environment, genetics, you name it. There's a lot that goes into the conversation. But as I was sharing my personal story, I was deplatformed twice. So, do I feel protected? I don't. It's my God-given right to speak my story and let you know what my family has been through. And the governments, plural, are supposed to protect that. That's what the First Amendment is all about. The governments don't give us the right to speak, God does. And they're supposed to protect it and be vigilant about protecting and guarding and honoring and allowing for the space for that free speech. So I will say personally, for me, I haven't seen that as of late. It's frightening. I would ask you the same. Have you experienced anything as of late that seems off to you? Is your voice being silenced somehow? Are there things that you believe in that you really don't have access to anymore? I'm not blaming this on one person or one administration. It's been a slow boil in the pot for far too long. So, my dear friend, use your God-given right to speak in alignment with your mind and most importantly with your heart. I'm with you in this as always. Much love to you. I can't wait to see you on the next episode.